Okay, Margarita, I've got your presentation up right here. Excellent. Vape romance. I love it. Subheadings, don't let your vape fool you, or does your vape love you? I think that this is I love this presentation, Margarita. This is really fantastic. Um, so really good job with your written presentation here. And then the sketches are outstanding. I think the interesting thing about the sketches, and I think to a high degree, though I'm not real sure what this configuration is right here, but to a very high degree, I love the second ones. I think they're very effective. And the reason being is that you're introducing the subject into the presentation of the data. So you're actually showing a vape and actually showing it and using it. So I think that's really super interesting. I think the second and third are I love the layout of the second one. I love the layout of the third one too. So really, I would say that at this point, this is probably the weak link of the three, only because it doesn't have these really super engaging. Right now, this is kind of segmented. Okay, so here's one segment, here's one segment, here's one, here's one, here's one, and this one kind of pulls all these segments together by this kind of swirling vape plume of facts. Do you like that? A vape plume of facts. I just wrote that. Anyway, yeah, so and that's really interesting. And same thing with this one. This the central this vape device right here and the plumes like that it pulls everything together and kind of creates this kind of really super cohesive foundation. So I think that's really super interesting. And this one is the only one that doesn't have it. It's not to say this isn't successful. It is, but I think that this is a little bit more visually compelling. I love this one. I love it. So yeah, good stuff. So keep on thinking about different data sets that you can answer that you can add. And remember, you're not set to any specific size. And you want to make it a little longer. Go ahead and just um, add more facts and figures. And you know, if you want to remain constant, just reduce the size of the facts and figures. But I think the more visual engagement, the more interesting it is, and the more to a point. You don't want it cluttered, but you definitely don't want it sparse either. You know what I'm saying? You want to have plenty to keep the viewer busy for the next few minutes, right? And you want the viewer to take a look at your statistics and say, okay, so this, for example, right? It's interesting, it's functional. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. And I don't want to sound discouraging. It's functional, but is it interesting? Okay, so we've got, okay, 26%, 17%. We have this increase from 2016 to 2019. Can you think of a more interesting way? Maybe tying vaping in with that? How can we make that? Maybe, the same, maybe a person down here vaping or two people down here vaping, and one is from 2016, okay, and he's got a little small plume of smoke that he's blowing out. And then this one is from 2019, and he's got a much larger plume of smoke. You see what I'm saying? That's just a really super quick example off the top of my head. But I think that just little ways of making things just a little bit more interesting, things like that. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So definitely start taking what you feel is the most has the most potential from your three sketches, combine them into one, start adding different thinking of different ways to present data. I'm excited. I think we're off to a great start. Thank you very much, Margarita. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you.